Sideways is amazing.
Now, if you don't know what the dear Siri is, hi, I'm Sideways. Welcome to the channel. I like to talk about music until it hurts, grab some snacks and a drink, because it's gonna get complicated.
He's energetic, he's exciting, he has a deep knowledge of what he's talking about, and he is strangely prophetic. And he's the first person who got me to realize that musicals are actually kind of fucking awesome. And the reason why he matters today is because, well, I'm Pretentious Epic, and this is How To YouTube, a series where we explore the craft behind the creators we love. And of all of them, Sideways might just be the most important. Because for anyone interested in dabbling with YouTube, there are 1,000 things to worry about. Is the editing good enough? How do I narrate? How do I get views? Why do I suck at everything? I tell you I'll be fine! But fortunately, Sideways is here to assuage our fears. I love that word. Let's start off with his editing.
When the day's hustle and bustle is done, then the Gumby Cat's work is but hardly begun.
You can break all the vocal music into two categories: recitative or recitative, depending on who you're talking to, and aria.
Okay, what's going on here? Well, it's pretty simple. Basic cuts and a black background, also known as no background. This kind of editing is amateurish. And look, that's not a bad thing. And yes, I know Sideways is a far better creator than me, because if anything, this minimal editing might be better than the alternatives. But before we can determine that, we have to look at what those alternatives are. Let's add a background. Okay, but this is a little harsh. So let's decrease our saturation. That's better. But we're not done. Let's add some texture. Not that bad. But editing can go so far beyond this. Captain Christian is a YouTuber who has some of the slickest editing I've ever seen. But would this kind of editing make Sideways videos better? No. Because despite what it may seem, video production isn't about good or bad. It's about pros and cons, and it's up to the creator to decide which set of pros and cons is best for them. And yeah, Sideways' minimal basic editing does save a lot of time. But over the course of his career, he's turned what's essentially editing 101 and turned it into his own energetic style. And I think this style fits his videos better than Captain Christian's smooth, complex editing ever could. Because these quick cuts fit just so perfectly with that infectious energy of his. Have you ever tried recording a video? It's terrifying. You will hate your voice, you will hate how you talk, and you will curse the existence of sound. And there's no real cure to this except to just keep practicing and get used to it. But fortunately, Sideways is here to give us one real good, simple tip. Be excited.
Okay, so here's the thing. I love Into the Woods. So it opens and we have like 17 and a half fairy tales all happening at the same time.
This is what makes Sideways videos so gripping to me. Even if he's talking about something that I personally don't really care about, it's just so much fun to hear him be so excited about something that he cares about.
Instead of recitative and aria, now it was dialogue and aria. And over the years with some more...
Him being excited makes me excited. Of course, yeah, it does help that he has a deep knowledge of music theory and history, and that what he has to say is interesting, but it wouldn't be quite as amazing if Sideways himself wasn't so excited to share it. And this carries through to any emotion. Because while hearing Sideways talk about how bad the Cats movie is will always be a good time, actually experiencing how exasperated it makes him is infinitely better.
Okay, so you decided to add a protagonist to the story that, by design, is successful for not having a protagonist. Anyone see a problem with this? Victoria's addition to the film, I think, is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Because when reading off of a script, it's easy to zone out and just read the words. But new creators have to remember that they feel things about what they have to say. So when reading the script, make sure to feel the script. Be excited, be angry, be sad, be happy. Don't just tell the audience how you feel, show them how you feel through your voice.
Why make a musical without focusing on the music?
But of course, no matter how you narrate, no matter how great a video is, there will never be a guarantee to get views. Because getting those big view counts is really hard and can feel kinda random, and it's something that I'm still struggling with. But Sideways has a secret formula.
When the day's hustle and bustle is done, then the Gumby Cat's work is but hardly begun.
Getting views is really hard, but Sideways seems to know what's up. And I am so glad that I found him. Because with everyone hating on the Cats movie, I just kind of assumed that the Cats musical was bad. But after watching Sideways' video on it, now it sounds like it might be kinda dope. But I might never have found Sideways if it weren't for his secret formula. Because for people on YouTube who like to dive deep into niche fields, it can feel kinda disappointing when it seems like no one cares. But rather than getting angry at the non-viewers for not caring, find a way to make them care. For Sideways, his content is about explaining how music is used within a musical or film, which means he could make these videos on basically any film or any musical. But if he made a video on his sister's 6th grade rendition of a musical Romeo and Juliet, no one's gonna watch. Actually, now that I think about it, I would absolutely watch that. But you get my point, right? When we look at his most popular videos, what are they about? Pixar, Disney, Shrek, Cats, Spider-Verse, all very mainstream entities that Sideways then applies his musical knowledge to. In this way, viewers that might normally have little desire to watch a video about music might watch his video anyway just because they're so excited to hear about cats being garbage. This formula of applying deep knowledge to mainstream topics lets a creator like Sideways still explore the in-depth intricacies of music, while also pleasing the algorithm and all of these viewers that never would have been able to enjoy these great videos. Because as frustrating as the algorithm can be, rather than getting angry or frustrated, sometimes the best thing to do is to try to find a way to compromise. All of these things about Sideways that I love are pretty simple. But that's exactly why he's so important. Because for prospective YouTubers, it's often the simplest things that can cause the most anxiety, but are the easiest to fix. His editing, it may not be complex, but it's his style, and it works. Narrating can be scary, but just remember to have fun. Be excited, be angry, be sad, happy, be you. And as far as views are concerned, A, don't worry about it, but B, try to find a compromise between what you want to talk about and what wider audiences want to watch. Because ultimately, success does not equal quality. And it takes time. Sideways has been here for over 5 years. And hopefully, he'll be here for at least 5 more. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.